Yeah, greetings, family. Blessed love, greetings. So, as you see, I hope everything's well and blessed with people. It's been a kind of crazy week because we had our little things was going down in the UK, but this is something that someone's brought to my attention. So, like they brought it to my attention, I want to really like touch on it and emphasize on it really and truly. You know what I mean? So basically, as you see, like Israel, they were kicked out of the African Union in 2000, yeah, and now they want to actually come back in the African Union, yeah, and on the right hand side you have Benjamin Nefertiti, whatever his name, the Israel Prime Minister Benjamin, yeah, and then you have the Ghanaian president or prime minister, whatever his name is too. See, before I even touch on what Israel's doing, or just to give you a little bit, but let me just touch slightly on the president of Ghana. I swear down this when he first got elected, and I see him speak to the president of France and put him in his place about colonization and the things that Europe has done to Africa, and Africa wants to lead itself and that. And I thought, whoa, okay, strong brother. But since then, I see this guy crumble like powder. Everybody's walking over him. He's inviting everybody in. He's made Donald Trump, after what Donald Trump said recently, when he first come in about Africa shit or country, yeah, he's got Donald Trump make some agreement with America where America more or less gonna hold. I'm just saying. So this president of Ghana, he's very open for the destruction of his country, where before he seemed like he was a lion. So now Benjamin of Israel is saying to him that he wants his vote, yeah, on the African Union to get Israel back into the African Union, because Israel wants to press forward. And I'll leave the article for you. Israel wants to press forward their agenda to push more into Palestine. Yeah. Now, just that alone, yeah, just that alone, people like we're pulling out their hair, right? Just to even hear that alone, because Israel is one of the most racist places in Africa, and you see that it proves to show another thing. If I remember, yeah, let me quickly say this. It proves to show, yeah, that they know that the Middle East is Africa. It was only named the Middle East when the war correspondents named it in the Second World War. It was never known as the Middle East. Remember, they cut the Suez Canal that was joint to Africa. They cut that. Yeah? So the Middle East was never known as the Middle East. That's right. So when we come back to where I was, I just wanted to just say that. I don't want to digress. So basically now, he wants this prime minister to help him get back into the African Union, yeah, so that he can push forth his agenda, yeah, which is Israel's agenda, which is to take control more of Palestine and push back on Palestine. And they're trying to get, well, they more or less got Jerusalem now as their capital and things like that, right? So you know how they treat the Palestinians, yeah, and there's a lot of black Palestinians. Don't feel that all the Palestinians are, Arab looking. There's a lot of black Palestinians, the Canaans Canaan, the Canaan youth people who were there originally from back in biblical time. They're still there. A lot of them are still there, yeah. So there's a lot of them still out there. So it ain't just like the Arab looking Palestinians. And the Israelis, yeah, they treat them disgustingly out there. Yes? Now we know that Africa has their problems, and they've been having refugees from all over the world. I mean, from all over Africa, going to different places to try and better themselves, find a better opportunity, better life, and everything. Yeah, we know that. But when these Africans reached into Israel, they've been getting treated harshly, bad treatment. Even in April last year, in 2017, they made a law to say that or any illegal immigrants or they have to leave the country by April, and they gave them a certain amount of money and said you had to go, and if you weren't going to go, they would have locked you in prison. So they've been treating them very harshly, and have passed even since that April deadline has gone, where they've kicked those out. Those who are now got status in there, they make it difficult for them to work. They taking 20% of their employment money to say they put it as a fund for them, so when they leave the country, so they don't want the people to stay there and live a life. They want them to make their money, or when they feel suitable to that they can leave the country, they'll give them that 20% and an additional 16%. So the people, the government of Israel are taking this from the people, so they're making it very difficult for the people to work, and they're also finding companies that, even though these people got to stay there, they're finding companies, that will employ them, so no one don't want to employ them. So the people are living, the refugees who have gone out there, they are living very hardship lives. And we know that Israel are racist, bona fide. They practice apartheid in Israel, and they want the president of Ghana to represent them and say to the African Union to let them in. Why? Why would anyone even consider letting Israel in with their aggressive, racist mentality? Then Benjamin, no, so the Ghanaian president, is the cheek. This is to show you how this bread is a coconut, right? End of the day, I ain't got no respect for him, because I thought you was a lion, but boy, you've turned out to be a little guinea pig. You know what I'm saying? You're not a lion, man. Because hear what he turned around and say. He say that Israel and Africa has always had a good relationship. Biblically, the 12 tribe of Israel, from Reuben down to Simeon. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Asher, Zebulun, Dan, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, Joseph, Benjamin, and also sister Dinah, and then Ephraim and Manasseh. So the tribes of Israel, they didn't say 12, but Joseph had 2 sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. Right? Good relationship with Africa. Yes. But the people who are living in Israel now are not the tribe of Israel. They are not the 12 tribe of Israel. They're Khazarian, Ashkenazi Jews who converted in the 10th century. If you don't believe me, there's a book called The 13th Tribe by an author called Albert Kessler. Is it Albert Kessler? Albert Kessler, called The 13th Tribe. Google it. He breaks it down where they come. Was Ashkenazi. They even killed him for his book, all right? Break it down. He breaks it down and tells you who these people are. And it, backed by historical facts. So they are not Israel. We know that the children of Israel, even the prime minister, when Israel got the people of the Ashkenazi Khazarians who went to Palestine and took over their country with the Balfour Declaration, gave them the country. When they went there, the prime minister or the president of Egypt said, "We will never." The main objective of this situation. So now the thing that I'm getting at is that this president, is saying that he will do his utmost to speak to the other African leaders, knowing that the wickedness that Israel participates in, and the racism that Israel participates in, and the biasness that Israel participates in. I'm kind of like thinking, right, these leaders that we have representing us in as Nubian, Black, Abakubu, Hebrew Israelites, because there's Hebrew Israelites there's Hebrew Israelites in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Africa, as well as us who are here. You got the Church of Israel spread out in Africa. And this guy goes on like, there's those guys there who are being racist through and through, not letting African people come in there, now talking about we always had a good relationship, Africa and Israel. But yes, that's a fact, but not Israel, the little country. He's talking about the biblical essence. It's got to be Israel back in the day when Israel were black. Moses was black, and Israel, remember, let me show you if anybody want to, this cool of a prime minister in Ghana is going to assist him. Boy, what can I say? Disgusting. They got China, they got America, now they're going to have Israel running up all in Africa. Please. Peace, y'all. Most I bless. In the name of our Father Yahuwah, our Savior Yeshua. Bless.